Alright, gang, so we got these awesome army builders here. I am friggin' stoked to be able to open these. It was crazy. I never thought I would actually end up with the Shield 2-pack here because very, very hard to find. Actually, it doesn't sell anywhere in Canada. And it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive that basically sold out within the first minute of it like coming available. Everyone bought like 5 or 10 packs of these damn things. So I was lucky in that on Facebook Marketplace here in Vancouver, there's a pretty good community of collectors. So I was able to get my hands on this figure and or the set here, and it's really cool. I'm really happy, and this is a good little small Shield agent group that I'm going to be able to form here. And then we got the Hydra agents, which at Toy Traders in Langley here in BC, they had basically 5 of them, I think, and they came in with some AIM agents as well. So that was pretty exciting because I hadn't ever seen, well, I've seen the Hydra agent, I've seen this guy once, but I just passed up on him because I just figured it'd be too hard to collect. But now here we got these cool 2-packs, and I think this is a nice little variety we got here. So why don't we crack into the Shield agent first. So we'll just get these Hydra goons out of here. Get out of here, Hydra goons. Okay. Cool. All right, so I've got my trusty knife here. Packaging isn't too special. I mean, we got the cool Shield logo here, which I might cut that out. That looks like it'd be a nice little piece to put on a wall in stop motion. But the art is really cool. I see the different visors, the bulging biceps and pectorals. Yeah, this is really cool. You can see yourself collecting a whole bunch of these. It kind of gives me a Halo vibe. I don't know. Whenever I see like a mass group of mass group of I'm okay soldiers like this, it always makes me think of like Halo or any of those kinds of games, you know, or the Clone Wars, you know, those big groups. And I kind of think there could be a lot of fun sort of little side scenes with these kind of characters. So here you have them. They come out, they sort of look like ice cream sandwich by the looks of it. This is nice. I was a little worried that they wouldn't actually be in here, that I bought it from this guy and that he would have just like stiffed me, but it looked like the tape was good. So yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's a good community here in Vancouver for figure collecting. So I'm gonna just get to this painful part, which is just tear this open. Whoa, it's like Christmas. Okay, cool, here we go. So that's not too shabby. Here, hang on a second. I'll pull this guy out too. Okay, so we got 2, and this must be the little bag of the weapons. So we got some nice cardboard here. That looks like a coffee table, and the rest is fine. I'll just close that, put that off to the side. I mean, I've gotten quite a few of the Bucky Cap mold, so this isn't really anything new to me here. But I mean, I'm kind of comparing it to my other the Nick Fury figure that I have, so I'm just gonna kind of play around with it. They're nice and stiff, which is really good. Shield logo looks nice and big on the shoulder. The helmet is cool, so that's probably one of my favorite things about this is you got like the mass helmets. I found that the design for these helmets was really cool. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty clean. I mean, I'm glad that they use this body type. I don't think it's ready to retire. I know as people have seen it a lot, but I think it's just like a miracle of engineering and the fact that the hands are interchangeable, which is cool. Look at this. This is really cool. They got down articulation here, up and down. It's for gun holding. That's really useful. And they got 2 of them. 2. That's really cool. Awesome. Okay, well, I mean, you guys kind of get the gist for how posable this body type is. So, the other guy is the same, except he's got except he's got the red visor. I just noticed that the gun here, that's nice. It's really quite shiny. Yeah, look at that. It's nice gunmetal. It's too bad it can't be taken out. Why couldn't they do that? They've released this so many times, and people always say, you know, like, just how come they can't just put a removable gun in there? You know, I don't know. It's just one of those things, you know, because then it means you never can have these guys unarmed. You know, what if you need them to be unarmed for something? It is what it is. But yeah, this guy's pretty much the same. You know, I'm just trying to work him out a bit here. But I quite like the red. I think that he's got a stuck ankle, which isn't good. There we go. Just gotta work in these joints. But yeah, cool. Okay, and then the highlight of the pack is the accessories. So let's tear this guy open. Oh yes, look at all this biodegradable crap. That's awesome, I'm so happy. Oh, look at all the weapons. Oh, okay. And heads, ah! Okay, damn. So, looks like we've got quite a few cool little weapons here. So, we've got this shotgun, I guess. And we got this, looks like another shotgun, or maybe a heavy gun. Got two of those. And we got this bad boy, which looks like some kind of a assault rifle, maybe. And then we got two sort of futuristic looking kind of pistols, I guess. Future space or high technology. Who the hell knows? Then we got a fist, we got a little clench hand, we got a pointer, and we got another pointer, but this one's got the two, and then I got another fist. So, fist bump. And then we have the head sculpts. Oh man, these are great. These are great. Look at this. Boom. I love these. A lot of interchanging you can use these head sculpts as. Not just for these shield agents, but I've seen some people do some cool picks. Like this actually makes a great Moon Knight, you know, unmasked head sculpt, because it looks a lot like the actor who played, can't remember his name, Oscar Isaac, yeah. And then you've got this guy in the middle here. Could potentially be, you know, a T'Challa head maybe, or a Falcon, depending on, you know, what you're feeling. And then over here we have, I don't know, maybe Sunfire. You got a Sunfire. Of course, the Red Hood head makes a good Sunfire head too. But, you know, you could do this for a lot of characters. I think I got a Silver Samurai, maybe. That might be a cool head swap. We'll play around and we'll see what we can do. Man, these head sculpts really make the figures. This is so cool, and I like that the helmets become a little propped as well. That's really cool too. I mean, obviously you can use it whatever way you want, but yeah, these heads look so cool. I love the guns too. Like these guns are really cool. I think that looks like a great little, like this is a pretty cool like death squad or whatever. I don't know. Shield Death Squad or Shield Operatives, you know. This is a really cool idea from Hasbro. Wow, and they really hold these guns well. Like the way the arms move, like the kind of grip that they have. Like there's a lot you can kind of mess around with. You can get him right up to his eye, which is like pretty difficult with a lot of other figures. And somehow they've taken this Bucky cap mold and just really like taken it to its limit. But yeah, they definitely can hold these guns nicely. Like it slips into the hand, and just like the assortment of guns to come with this is really cool too. It's like a whole new little ammunition cache that I just got from this set. Man, this is so funny. Like I just think these figures are great. Like, oh man, it would be so tempting to get just like another box of these, you know, just to have like another set, like a whole troop of these guys, like just with the helmet. It's like very reminiscent of like a stormtrooper or some kind of army builder like that. And I actually think going back, like my first ever army builder was those Black Series stormtroopers that came out way back, like the second or third series. So yeah, it's pretty awesome that they put this out. I just wish it wasn't such a limited release. Like damn, they should be sending these things out there. Like this should be like the shelf warmer, like honestly. I don't get it sometimes. And this is how it stacks up to the old Nick Fury figure. It came out not too long ago. I think it was probably one of the last Nick Fury releases, at least of this version of him. But yeah, as you can see, he's got kind of a slightly darker blue, which I actually like that distinction. And seeing them all together in this like kind of uniform, like it really pops. Like these characters, like the suits, the bulging muscles, like everything about these just really shines, especially on camera. Like this white is immaculate. Yeah, there's a few differences you'll notice amongst them. For one, Nick Fury's got a little bit more of a paint detailing on some of his gear, whereas the other two just have kind of plain white. The buckles are painted nice though. So I guess you could chalk it up to like, Nick Fury's been a little bit more experienced and in the field, so maybe he's got a little bit more grit on his uniform, where these guys, maybe they're just kind of freshly out of the academy or whatever, And as you probably noticed, the gloves here, a little different on both. So here you kind of have a full little skinned glove right up to the forearm, and here you got little cufflinks here on old Nick Fury's glove. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting little difference. I like I said, I still like to, he has a bit of a uniqueness to his uniform. It's a little darker and a little bit stealthier compared to these guys. And so, yeah, I think I quite like that. I'm probably going to see if we can do some hand swapping though anyways, with this old Nick Fury. I know the head can pop off, so we can try that out. Yeah, let's take a look. All right, actually this looks pretty good. Yeah, I can definitely see myself now using all three of these heads and having a nice kind of full little brigade with all these guys, in their suit. It doesn't look that much different. Like I said, like depending on the lighting too, you can really make these look similar. But man, check out those calves. I don't know, they really define them in this one. Holy shit, he's got the same kind. I don't know what happened here. You just gotta admit, this guy must have skipped leg day or something. No, that's pretty cool. And I figured I'd try out a couple other little head sculpts here. This is the Tony Stark head from the 80th anniversary one, and behind him is the, I think that was the, I guess, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Captain America head that came out way back. They used it in another Cap figure, but yeah, I still quite like this one, even though I'll be opening up that new Captain America that came out recently. It has pretty dope Steve Rogers head sculpt, but yeah, this kind of works out. That new Tony Stark head is pretty cool with the smile. I really quite like that. I don't know if I want that armor, but I definitely want that head sculpt, so it's a little bit of a pain, but at least you can make more use of these older head sculpts, and if you got a bunch of these S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, you can swap all these different heads out. But yeah, also speaking of swapping, I did a little hot water trick on those hands, and they popped right off. They were a little stiff. I was afraid to break them, so the hot water made them nice and squishy, and they popped right off. And then those new hands kind of slid right in easy, and that actually adds so much dynamic to this Nick Fury figure, especially the pointer finger fist. Man, it's really cool. And yeah, there's so much playability in this set. It's a wonder why they didn't make it a major release. Like, it really blows my mind, because like this is really cool. Man, now this looks like a cool little team here. We got a couple bodyguards on the other side of the deputy director and the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is a really cool piece to have. Like this is a great set. I think every person who's got Marvel Legends characters needs at least, if you can at least get these four, you got yourself a basic little shield pack. You know, the only thing I kind of want, and I'm not trying to be greedy here, but if I could get a hand on 1 or 2 mandroids, man, that would be next level. Obviously, it's hard to come by that kind of stuff, but you just gotta stay hopeful. But yeah. And wow, this looks really cool. I actually think this exceeded my expectation of what this could actually look like. The T'Challa head, it makes a great T'Challa head. I gotta say, like this isn't half bad. Like it's kind of he's kind of more stoic. I actually think this really looks good. You know, the only thing is they haven't really put out a comic-based, you know, T'Challa head, so this is kind of the next best thing. If they ever did, I'd like there to be like, you know, some kind of cool, like shaving on the side of his head, you know, maybe some like some spikes. I've seen some cool, you know, different art and stuff, and I think even the Avengers Mightiest Hero show had that kind of detail on him. But you know what? This still works out pretty well, and I think I might even use this one day for a stop motion. Of course, there's that new Black Panther they just announced, which this one, I really liked this one. I liked the accessories, the coloring. I thought it was really great. Of course, you know, you're limited by what the Bucky cap body can do. So this new one looks superposable. I think it's on that brand new, what's that called? That Summers brother. I can't remember his name right now. But that's a great new mold, and I think it's gonna be really nice and posable. But I think I might part with this one day once that gets closer. I've already got that on pre-order at GameStop. Made sure to jump on that. I'm getting ahead on these. I've been working on my pre-order game, so hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of these things way sooner at a better price. So just gotta be on the lookout, right? But no, this works really well. I dig this. And like I said, I knew that this head sculpt would look great on the Silver Samurai body. I even got the old head there turned around, so it looks like he's holding the helmet. Oh man, there's so much playability. Like I don't know, I just think Hasbro should just put out like a head pack or something and just give people tons of head sculpts to choose from and mix and match, because this is great. Like look at that, it looks clean. Oh, I haven't seen anyone else do this, but I mean, a lot of potential out there, guys. Like you know, put some photography out there, you know, lots that you can do. Okay, so this is going to be fun. So basically my audio got erased, so all I have is video here. So I'm just going to do a commentary over myself doing this unboxing, and we're going to hope this goes well. Okay, now let's get this particular one open here. We've got these two guys. They're looking pretty cool. Pretty excited to open this one. You know, he's big, bulky. Doesn't quite look like the side packaging here, but I actually prefer what he looks like right here. So yeah, very, very excited to get this open here. Got the box art on here. It's looking pretty cool. I quite like the green. I mean, they did a good body type here, and you know, and that helmet, I mean, it looks nice. I mean, it's the same one as the shield one, but get it in a different color. And over here we have our background here, or bio. So, driven by rage, these advanced Hydra super soldiers are prone to clash with anyone in their path. Okay, so looks like I'm about to get this thing open here. Looks like I already got the tape undone, so that's handy. Pull that out, so no sounds whatsoever. But yeah, there we go. Oh, looks like we got a nice backing to it. I dig this kind of backing. You know, I always love when they come with those things. They're good for displaying on the shelf. You know, to have these nice backgrounds. And yeah, here it is in the clamshell. All these accessories and such. And I think we're gonna get it open here soon. The painful part won't be so painful today without the audio for the in-video audio that we're actually supposed to be having. But here we go. Oh, he's got a nice little knife holder on the side. Quite like that. We'll just stick that in there as best we can. Yeah, looks like we did all right. yeah, and the good articulations there. Yeah, I got the arm, the hand. Yeah, tough. He looks a little stiff, I think, from what I remember, but still very cool. All in all, yes, yes, I quite like that. I think we're going to do a zoom in and then open this up, open up the other figure. Okay, now we're opening this guy. Oh, look at that, he's out, and his arm is all twisted. I'll just toss this guy back there, and we'll take a quick look at him. You know what we're dealing with here. It's the standard Bucky cap mold. I mean, we just looked at a bunch of shield agents with the exact same body type, but I mean, here's the head sculpt, which looks pretty cool, and I like all the belting and the harness. All this looks really, really cool as well. I think they pretty much spot on made I mean, this is really the perfect look for the Hydra agent. I mean, if you're looking at that little box art in the corner there, I mean, this is exactly spot on what it looks like. So we're lucky. We're definitely lucky here.
I'm not going over there. Nope.
Okay, and we've got a couple different heads here to choose from. I do like the variety we get with this set here, so if you did collect yourself a bunch of these figures, you can really mix and match and have a whole bunch of different looking soldiers. I mean, this here kind of sucks. If I've had this kind of weapon before, and it never stays in. So, I really hope they don't pack this in any more figures, because I really don't want to have a single more one of these guns. I've already lost a couple clips, so just hopefully they don't give us this gun ever again. But I do like the Hydra logo on the ammunition. That is a nice touch. But yeah, so knocking stuff over. Okay, and he's got some grenades, which are cool. Can have him grabbing at the grenades, maybe. I know that cannon in his hand fits pretty perfectly. I think he's meant to have the rocket launcher. He doesn't really have gun holding hands, so that's probably a gripe I have with him. Is the only gun he can really hold is this big rocket launcher, and he can hold his knife too, but none of these other nice little guns fit into his hand. So they didn't bother giving him a trigger finger, which is really odd, but it is what it is. These accessories really work for making slight differences to actually make these characters pretty unique. So I can imagine if you had like 2 or 3 of these packs, you could make literally a different character for each set with the amount of pieces you get to mix and match with. Like, this is really cool. Like, taking this off, he kind of looks a little bit more formal for some reason, in my opinion. Like, he could be higher ranking. He's got the scar. I quite like that a lot, opposed to him just seeming like the brute. And then over here, obviously, this little vest thing, code, like, it looks really cool, and it is kind of in line with sort of how this looks as well. It's just like a smaller kind of option, and then this big gun looks cool. And man, I gotta love this hood thing too. Like, I think the hood looks like super epic. Like, I think that's like the Hydra Death Squad or something. Like, it looks very, very cool. All right, and here's another little option we have. Took the harness and jacket off, and here you have kind of this sort of plain clothes, smoother looking kind of look. Kind of see this, especially with the helmet. It looks good. I actually like that they share the same kind of helmet as the Shield characters, because it kind of sells that idea that they're basically getting sold the same kind of weapons from the same sources, to perpetuate sort of the both sides of the war. And I think that's a really interesting little, I don't know if it was an intended little side thing, but it definitely looks cool. And then over here, we got the buzz cut or looking head here, which I quite like. And of course, kind of holding it like it looks like he's got his helmet off. I think that looks really good. And yeah, he's just kind of holding on to this gun randomly. But yeah, like, still, I think there's so much fun you can have with these. Like, I kind of do wish I had at least another of this particular kind of Hydra soldier, just, but we'll see. Maybe one day I'll come across a cheap one, but for now, this is a nice little set, and I think I can get a lot of playability out of it. But yeah, let's get into some comparisons. No way, this looks so cool. Yeah, this is exactly what you need for the Red Skull. Because, when it comes to Red Skull, like, he can definitely take Cap on one, but more than often he's like the figurehead, right? Or like the the main sort of coordinator. So you'll have army of Hydra agents or other villains and stuff, and they're usually kind of at his disposal. He's commanding them, so uh, I think it's kind of a must to have a couple different, you know, soldiers to put on either side of him. He needs to have his little elite guard basically constantly. And yeah, so my particular Red Skull here, I got this cool black coat on it, which I got from an old Punisher figure. This black coat's come in handy for many different characters. I use it for Nick Fury as well, and Machine Man, and just great little coat. I actually wish I could get a few more of these kind of cloth type things. I see so many cloth good capes. Those look really cool on Instagram. A lot of people have been using those, the bendy wire in it. Wish I could get my hands on a few of those one day. And I don't know, maybe like a plaid shirt for the bike, the legendary rider Wolverine. That'd be kind of neat. Who knows where I'll go with this collection, but this is epic. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I gotta get myself another one of these packs one day. I'll see. This looks very cool. I definitely would like to get a. I got Madam Hydra on pre-order, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. She'll kind of round out my my Hydra, and I don't know. I wouldn't mind getting another Arnim Zola. I had him, the original release of him way back. I remember it was like maybe the second or third of the kind of relaunch of Hasbro's Marvel Legends, and I had him, but I didn't have any other Hydra related characters, so he wasn't that kind of a big deal for me at the time. So I ended up trading him for some other figures. But now that I got this Hydra thing going, I wish I still had that figure. I have seen Toys R Us kind of have this overstock of this 2-pack with him and the Hydra Captain America. But I don't know, I'm not as big a fan of the color scheme of that one. I kind of want the classic one a little bit more because I like the vibrance of it, but I haven't really been able to see it at a reasonable price. But I don't know, we'll see what I end up doing. It'd be cool to maybe just get that 2-pack one and maybe switch out the picture inside, for something a little bit more subtle. But I know you can do that, which was cool about that figure. But anyways, yeah. All right, and here we go. We got our Shield agents plus Nick Fury up against our Hydra agents and the Red Skull. This is the epic showdown that everyone's been waiting for. Yeah, I think these look really great together. I think this is all you really need is these 2-packs, and you got yourself a nice little basic Hydra and Shield, which you can use these to accent any nice little display. Yeah, you get a lot for what you get in these packs, and I think, like I said, I just wish they were a little bit easier to come by, because it'd be great to have a whole bunch of these. Like these should be the shelf warmers, and it's just surprising how limited the release was for these guys. But you get a bunch of cool guns, you get some great little head sculpts. You can mix and match with other figures, and the playability is really great, especially for them mostly being kind of reused molds and stuff. So they I mean, that's the thing, is what's so great about Marvel Legends is how versatile each mold that they create is, and the things that they can do with it. That interchangeable hands and head was like an integral piece of actually revolutionizing the mix and match and playability of these figures. So I just think that we're in a golden era for Marvel Legends, and I don't know if it's going to get any better than it is right now. If it does, it's going to be after a time of reduction, I imagine, because that's usually how the cycle of things works. But for now, I'm just excited to have these characters, and yeah, I'm just going to keep playing, and we'll see what kind of way I implement these into the stop motion series I've been putting out. But yeah, I just want to do a couple other head swaps to show you guys. And I thought that this shaved head would actually make for a pretty good Eddie Brock
head swap. I know he rocked the shaved head a few times in this more recent storyline, so this looks really cool. And yeah, you know what? And this other head sculpt actually, it does have the more accurate Eddie Brock hairstyle. Of course, it does have that big gross scar on the side, so this is really the next best thing. And this was also part of the reason I wanted to get this set, just because I knew I'd be able to do this head swap here, and I think it looks pretty damn good. And I just wanted to get a quick comparison with Spider-Woman here, just because I had her handy, and I know that she had sort of this double agent thing going on in the 2000s with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra. But I mean, she turned out to be a Skrull, so she was kind of like a triple agent of some kind. But I like to see her kind of in the mix with these characters. Her yellow also kind of matches, or yellowish orange, so it's kind of a funny little side piece here. But I just thought I'd show this off and talk about it, because I kind of hope they put out more of that sort of New Avengers era costumes and stuff, because I'd like to collect a few of those just as interchangeable ones. But I guess we'll see where they go from here. So, yeah.